is called 90-day run. And I want to share with you guys the importance of how a 90-day run works. Okay. So if you compress time, you will see massive results. And maybe in your business, you're feeling stagnant. Maybe you're feeling stuck. Maybe you feel like you're not producing enough amount of results. Maybe you feel like you're not getting the right mentorship. Maybe you don't know which direction to go into. Well, I'm here to tell you guys that we are starting a 90-day run. And I know, some of the speakers on this call are going to go over what that is going to entail. But so this 90-day run is inspired by Eric Worre. So a few leaders on my team, they paid the $12,000 to do the Eric Worre 90-day run. And honestly, I was inspired by it. And when me and Cruiser and Leanne, Shania, Malachi, and Kiani, when we were in Houston for Believe Nation, we got to really mastermind, and we got to talk about how important a 90-day run is, how important it can be for our growth, and how every single day we should be developing skill sets that are going to help us grow. And so when I first started, I unintentionally did a 90-day run. I didn't even know that I was doing a 90-day run, but I did. And the result of that really paid me out 365 days later. Okay. So the result of me doing a 90-day run when I first started the business has paid me out from October 2020 to January 2022. And so this 90-day run is going to be very, very exclusive. It's not going to be something that we're just posting on Telegram. It's going to be elite only, right? You guys have to stay committed, right? Stay committed for the next 90 days. And it truly is for people that are genuinely wanting to start really seeing results inside of their business. So there's going to be a lot of trainings, a lot of masterminds directly from Eric Worre, Facebook groups, and it's really going to help you evolve into a leader. And so Cruiser, Leanne, they're going to go over some really, really, really important information. But I really wanted to open up this call and let you guys know this 90-day run is going to be a pivotal role. Okay, as a Life by Design group, we've never done this before. So I'm so excited to really run with every single person, no matter who's seen you around, no matter if you're on my team, Cruiser's team, Mandy's team, whoever's team you're on, right? We're not just a team, we are an organization. So I'm excited, guys, take notes, right? This was inspired directly from some of the top income earners inside of network marketing. But the next person I want to bring up is somebody who literally is the man with the plan, okay? He's somebody that always has a plan. And, what it really inspired us to do this is we actually sat down in Houston, and one of my leaders, Tasha, she's a Platinum 600, about to smash to 1,000. She is doing the 90-day run with Eric Worre. And every single day she's getting trained on something different. Every single day Eric's training them, and she's getting so much value to where she's now training the chairman. And it's really, really inspiring. So I'm really, really, really excited. I'm really excited for this next 90 days. But Cruiser, if you want to come up and share the rest of this, you got it.
Yes, what's good? How's everybody feeling? Jess, appreciate you. Here, let me turn this light on. Hold on a second. All right, cool. Perfect. I'm excited to be on this call with you guys. And this is something that, we had been masterminding and really thinking about, like Jess was saying, like, what do we got to do to get the team to the next level? And I did a call, a month or two ago, talking about how to go out there and recruit 20 people in 30 days, which is actually part of the first 30 days of the 90-day blitz. And when you go out there and you reverse engineer every chairman's success, what you'll find is that there was a period of time where they went all in. There was a period of time where they went on this 90-day run where they literally cut out all distractions, went all in on their business. And I like to think of it as like a plane. When a plane is taking off, you got to throttle back 100%, right? In order to get the plane off the ground. Once the plane is in the air, you can actually throttle back 60% and you can still fly fine. But in order to get the plane off the ground, hold on a second. Let me just make sure everyone's muted really quick. Let me just give me 1 second. Perfect. In order to get that plane off the ground, you got to throttle back 100%. And it's the same way for your business. In order to get your business off of the ground, then you have to go all in for a period of time. And I'm telling you guys, I want you to go to every single chairman that you know, every single six-figure earner that you know, and ask, was there ever a time where you went all in for 90 days and you saw the majority of your business growth after that? I remember doing this about 2 years ago, and I didn't double my business, I tripled my business. Who here, drop a 777 in the chat if you would like to double your business or double your income in the next 90 days. If not, take it even farther than that. Well, what we did was we decided to shout out to Jess, shout out to Tasha, also Yaritza, because they have the accelerator course from Eric Worre, which is, like they were saying, it's a $12,000 course. And for those of you guys who haven't read GoPro, the #1 network marketing book in the world, he has a course called The Accelerator, and he really breaks down this 90-day game plan. And we're going to give it out to the people who are committed in Life by Design so that they can take their lives and take their business to the next level. And so I know what you might be thinking. What you might be thinking is, okay, sounds good. I'm ready to go. Let's start tomorrow. No, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that, because this is supposed to be like, this isn't for everybody, number one. Number two, this is supposed to be like the hardest 90 days like of your life. So I want you to think of like the business and like the work that you put in. This is supposed to be like the hardest 90 days, because in order to, like I said, get the plane off the ground, get the rocket into the air, most of the fuel is literally burned during the launch, right? And so same thing with your business. And so you can't just be like, all right, I'm going to start tomorrow. There's a level of preparation. There's a level of mental, having to prepare yourself mentally, things that you have to do in order to actually be ready. And so the official launch date, I want you to write this down. The official launch date for the 90-day blitz is going to be March 12th. It's going to be after the convention. That's when we're going to actually launch this thing. And originally it was going to just be the leaders, right? All the, Platinum 5000s, Chairman 10s, who we're all together at David Imanite's, I Believe event. But we decided, hey, you know what? Let's just do this together. And whoever wants to run the play with us can run the play with us as well. And so what does that mean? What that means is it's February 10th. It's February 10th. The convention is March 10th, 1 month from now. So when you go there March 10th, you're going to be equipped with the mindset. You're going to be equipped with the skill set. You're going to be equipped with the strategies to go out there and take your business to the next level. And that's when we're going to that's the official launch date for the Life by Design 90-day blitz. And what we're going to do is I'm going to explain, make sure you guys are on this call to the end, because at the very end, I'm going to literally explain how to actually get yourself involved in the 90-day blitz, because there's an actual process to do that. But right now, the first thing I'm going to talk about is preparation. So I'm going to talk about preparing yourself for the 90-day blitz. Let's say you really want to take part in this. This is how I am preparing myself for this 90-day blitz myself. So number one is, Number one is commitment. I got to ask myself, what is my commitment level going into this? So there's 3 levels of commitment. There's hot, medium, and low. I would encourage you to do what you can do. Obviously, the more that you put in, the more that you're going to get out. But for somebody who is hot, we'll start with low. For somebody who is low, this is 2 hours a day. So maybe you have multiple jobs, maybe you have kids, maybe you have a million different things going on, and this is like a side hustle. Well, then you're doing this 2 hours a day for 90 days. You're building your business. You're committed to doing income producing activities every day for 90 days for 2 hours a day. Now, medium. Let's say you're doing this part-time. You have a full-time job. You have, obviously got to sleep 8 hours a day. What does that leave? That leaves another roughly about 8 hours a day. Or if you're all in, let's say you have absolutely nothing else to do but build this business. This is what I'm doing myself, 16 hours a day. 16 hours a day. This is 6 days a week. So you have 1 day off to do whatever it is that you got to do to recharge your battery. And you're all in building your business for 90 days. So pick a commitment level that works best for you. I'd rather have you be consistent than, be all in for 1 week and then fall off. But pick what works best for you, your commitment level. You could already start to see why you can't do this, like start doing this tomorrow, because there's a certain level of commitment that you need and priorities that you have to rearrange in order to make the commitment to go all in. So that's number one. Number two is schedule. You got to get your DMOs down, right? You got to know exactly what it is that you're going to be doing every day. And we're going to do another training here in the future on that. And IPAs. All you're doing for the 90 days is income producing activities. There's a difference between activity and productivity, right? IPAs is you showing the plan. IPAs is doing a 3-way call. IPAs is inviting someone to an event. IPAs is getting a guest on an opportunity call. So you're doing one of two things. Either A, you're doing an IPA, or B, you're doing work to set up IPAs for 90 days. Number three is sacrifice, right? Law of sacrifice clearly states that you have to give up in order to go up. So what is it that you got to sacrifice to get to the next level? That might be Netflix. That might be hobbies. That might be going to the gym. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to be going to the gym, every day, but I'm not going to be going to the gym for 3 hours a day. You know what I'm saying? You got to make some sacrifices in order to take it to the next level, right? Number four is negotiate with the people around you. So maybe drop a 111 in the chat if you've had a negative family member about the business. Please drop a 111 in the chat. There's 167 people on this call. I should see 167 111s unless am I the only one? Let me tell you guys a secret. The reason why most people's family is negative is because they're sick and tired of watching you crawl. They're sick and tired of, watching you just struggle building the business. But if you talk to them and you're like, hey, let me go all in for 90 days, support me, maybe take care of some things that I would normally take care of for 90 days. And let me just go all in. And then we can reevaluate after. And then you go out there and you level up, rank advance once, twice, multiple times. What do you think that's going to do to their belief? My parents were extremely negative when I got started in this business. After I went on a 90-day bliss, guess what? They're no longer negative anymore. And I promise you that'll happen to you. Now, number 5 is distractions. This is kind of the same thing, but got to cut out all distractions, 0 distractions. You have tunnel vision, laser focus, all out massive action for 90 days. 6 is resources. What resources do you need to build the business? Maybe you need to get different YouTube videos in order to show the plan. Maybe you need to get all the links for the opportunity calls, right? But one of the biggest things that hold people back is they're so dependent on the people. They're so dependent on their mentor. And don't get me wrong, it's good to have mentorship, have access to mentorship and ask questions. But what I found is most people are not resourceful enough. And it's never a lack of resources. It's always a lack of resourcefulness. So you got to, whatever you need to go out there and build the business for 90 days, those resources, you got to get that together. Number 7 is warm up contacts, right? So the second part of the 90-day blitz, this is just pre-launch. This is like before the 90-day blitz. You see what I'm saying? So this is before the 90-day blitz. So you can see how it can get a little bit crazy. But the biggest issue people will have is like, oh, I don't have anybody to contact. I don't have anybody to reach out to. Well, guess what? You have 30 days to rebuild up those relationships. You have 30 days to reconnect with people. You have 30 days to add 10 people a day on Facebook, follow 10 new people a day on Instagram in order to build new connections. Because when the 90-day blitz starts, the goal is to recruit a lot of people in a short period of time. And that cannot happen unless you have a fresh list of contacts, right? And then last but not least, number 8 is whisper campaign. What's a whisper campaign? That's like me calling Jess and saying, hey, Jess, listen, this is like pre-launch. This is something that you can do. You can say, hey, listen, Jess, I need to talk to you about something that's really important. Please don't share this with anybody else. Nobody knows about this, but March 12th, in 4 weeks from now, a few weeks from now, I'm about to go all in. I'm about to fully launch my business. And there's going to be a lot of wealth created for the people who start in the beginning, for the people who get started first. And I thought about you. Why them? Thought about you because you're one of the closest, one of my closest friends. You're one of the people that I care about the most. You're, super hardworking, super ambitious, or maybe you share their why. I thought about you because I know your why, to be able to quit your job, take care of your family, whatever it is. When are you free so we can get together so I can show you exactly what I'm doing? And you can literally put together this pre-launch, right? This whisper campaign. I didn't spell that right. I don't even know how to spell campaign, to be honest with you. AIGN, something like that. But this is what I'm doing for the next few weeks to prepare for the 90-day blitz. And this, if you want to participate, is exactly what you need to do. You can't just say, oh, I'm going to do it tomorrow. Oh, after the convention, when you're fired up, you're going to want to do it. No, you have to start today. You got to get everything in order. So imagine starting a company like Apple, Microsoft, whatever it may be. Like you're not going to just, oh yeah, I'm going to do this. No, you're going to prepare like crazy. So when you're ready to make that decision and go all in, there's nothing holding you back and you're ready to go. And so that is the pre-launch. Now, after this, guys, then there's the first 30 days, the second 30 days, and then the last 30 days. So I'm going to bring up the next individual who's going to break down the first 30 days of the 90-day blitz and how it is going to work. This is my personal mentor. This is the individual who personally enrolled me. This individual followed up with me for 10 months straight when I was saying, no, not interested. Absolutely not. For 10 months straight, he was reaching out to me, following up with me, building a relationship with me. And I saw him go from 0 to massive success, and eventually got involved because of this individual. And thousands of lives would not be here if it wasn't for Kiani McGee, Chairman 25 loading. And I couldn't think of a better individual. He is literally one of the top recruiters, not just in this organization, but in the entire company. So for the first 30 days, which is all about recruiting a lot of people in a short period of time, I could not think of a better person to actually break down the information. So Kiani, take it away, bro. I'm gonna pass it to you.
My guy, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Hey, family, if you guys could do me a favor real quick and just drop some C25s in the chat box for my man Cruz, for just even taking initiative and putting this whole thing together, that bringing this idea into reality. I see we got over 170 people here on this call, guys. And, I'm just extremely excited for this whole 90-day blitz, just because, like Cruiser said, when I backtrack, any of my success, when I backtrack any of the growth in the organization, it was directly correlated to a point where I had to make a decision to go all in and honestly just do whatever was necessary, do anything that was possible to really help get to the next level. I believe that, none of us are going to go somewhere that we didn't intend on going, right? We have to make a decision. We have to have a plan, and we have to be very intentional, right? And so, when Cruiser gave me the topic, and we agreed on the topic of, me going over recruiting, and I thought this is extremely, it's the most important part, over this whole thing. He just went over preparation. And why that is so important is because if you don't prepare, right, you're preparing to fail. And I know a lot of people maybe have done, 90-day blitz in the past. You started off excited, and then, necessarily your 90 days later, it looks exactly like, it barely any improvement on where you were 90 days before you had made that decision. And so guys, before anything, I really want you to understand that this is a commitment, right? This is something that you got to stay enthused about, something you got to stay determined through. And, recruiting is one of those things where it's easy to do, but it's easy not to do, and in my career, I've personally enrolled right over 550 people into this business, subconsciously, just by putting in the work every single day. But within this next 90 days of strict intention, right, having a plan, I believe that, we're going to do farther. We're going to do a lot more numbers than we've ever done before. And so, guys, I want to go ahead and I'm going to share my screen. And I'm going to talk about, why we're going to recruit 30 people, 20 people, right, in 30 days. Now, let me go ahead and I'm going to share my screen real quick. I will not be here long. I want to be efficient, right? So first and foremost, boom, right? Why 30 people, right? Why 30 people in 20 days? All right, why? All right, why 30? Why 20 and 30? Right? Why are we doing this? So guys, you're going to set the tone, right? You're going to set the tone when it comes to this. See, if you go out here and you're recruiting and you're bringing in a lot of people into the business, your team's going to follow suit, right? They're not going to do something that you're not doing. So if you're setting that intention, if you're setting that tone, right? If you make a decision to go and hit platinum, 600 two more times, platinum 1000 one more time by yourself, then your team will at least do 30% of what you're doing. And guys, why this is so essential, I'm gonna break this down, right? Out of 30 people that you bring into the business, obviously we say the numbers, right? I'm a numbers guy. Out of every 10 people on a poor presentation, you will get somebody started, right? You will get somebody started. Now, on a good presentation, you got about 3 out of 10 people who see the information and make sense, it's broken down correctly, that will actually get involved. Now, if you enroll 20 people, I want you guys to understand that 12 of those people will do nothing, right? 12 of those people, they will do something, right? They will do something, right? They will do something. Now, 8 of those people will disappear. Right? These people are going to get signed up. They're going to quit the business. You're not going to you're going to try to figure out, what you're going to think about. What could you have done better to help this person? But there's literally nothing you could have done to help this person because they weren't even willing to show up and help themselves, put themselves in position for success. Right? So when you understand those numbers and you're able to build that expectation, can we all agree that you can prepare a little bit better, right? You won't be as emotionally attached to the outcome of who sticks and who stays if you are prepared to know, look, 8 of those 12 people I'm going to enroll, right? Out of every 20, right? 12 will actually get started, right? And out of that, 8 of those people will actually disappear. Now, 90 days later, right? 90 days later, this is where you're going to start seeing the fruit. Right? You're going to start seeing the fruit. You're going to start seeing the cream of the crop. These are the people that are going to start identifying as new leaders in the business. They're going to start looking like leaders. They're going to start showing up to calls. They're going to start, asking how they can master their presentation. These are people that are going to start learning the skills of the business, right? In 90 days. And I'm going to break this down, what every single 30 days, how you want to be able to effectively do recruiting and retain in recruiting, right? So these 90 days, you'll see people engaged. Or I'm just like Cruiser, I can't spell, right? I can't spell, right? You'll see these people engaged. You'll see these people growing, right? They'll be doing personal development, right? They'll be asking you great questions. These will be the people who will be building the business, right? Actually putting you on 3-way calls, actually, showing the plan, putting people in the back office, right? Now, those are the 8 people. Now, out of 8 of those people, look, we're thinking long term. 4 of those people are going to be the ones that are generating. These are the people that are going to be generating 90%, right? 90% of all your guys' group volume. See, when I look at my back office, right, guys, yes, I have 550 personal enrollments. But when I look at how many builders I have in my organization, guys, it's only 30, right? That means that what? Out of every 10 people that got into the business, only 1 of those people are actually building. But all of those people that are building are high level ranks when it comes to the compensation plan, right? So only 4 of those 8 are going to be the ones that really stay, and begin to generate 90% of your organization's volume. I want every single one of you guys on this call right now to really look at your business. And you could probably notice that the vast majority of your business is being created, right, alongside you and a small group, probably a handful of people who are serious about this business, right? Now, within 2 years, from the same 90-day blitz, within 2 years, you'll probably see 2 people, right? 2 leaders that are actually, their organization is responsible for 90% of that team's group volume, right? And so, guys, when you have this in mind, you're able to build your business with a certain expectation and have an idea, right, on what the process of recruiting is and what the outcome of recruiting will be. And I'm gonna go over also, right, some different ways that you guys can go out of here and recruit successfully, right? So when it comes down to recruiting, this is what you guys want to be doing. Like Cruiser said, a lot of you guys want to be planting those seeds, building those relationships, building those connections. So what is something that I'm doing right now? Right? Something that I'm doing right now, I'm putting together a brand new list of people that I personally want to work with. So what is the first thing that you guys got to go out here and do? First and foremost, you guys have to go out here and scout. Right? You guys got to be a great talent scout. And when I'm talent scouting, I'm looking for leaders, not just in this industry, but just in the world in general. Leaders are people who are putting themselves out there, people that are obviously identifying themselves, presenting themselves as being people who want to make a difference, want to inspire people, want to educate people, right? Want to help people improve their situation. These are leaders. These are not just network marketing leaders, even though we still want to build relationships with those kind of people as well, right? What else am I doing? And I'm scouting, right? I'm looking for locations, right? I understand that there's a lot of people on this call that are, in America. Family, if you guys are paying attention to what is happening, international markets are booming, right? While some people have complications in their city, packing out a room of 10, 20, 30 people, you can go on Instagram and you can see these leaders in different countries going chairman 10, chairman 25, chairman 50, while other people are having retracements, right? That might be in your local marketplace. Guys, go outside of the country, go and recruit outside of your geographic locations, right? Figure out, okay, where do you want to travel? You want to go to Europe, you want to go to Africa, you want to go to Australia, you want to go to Hawaii, you want to go to China, right? Figure out, where do I want to travel to? And then maybe I should start planting some seeds and building relationships with high quality people who are inside of these environments, putting these people on my list and constantly engaging with them, constantly replying to their stories, right? Tracking them, putting them on a prospect list, right? So that when I'm actually launching this thing, I have credit, I have people who I've been building relationship with. And I'm not just sending them a message right then and there because, okay, the blitz is starting now. Look, I got an opportunity that I want to get you exposed to, right? No, guys, build that rapport, build that relationship so that they know that when you share them an opportunity, right? It's because you have respect for them. You built rapport with them, right? You like them, they like you. They're more prone to show up, right? So locations. Another thing that I'm doing, right, when I'm recruiting is I am being intentional on social media, right? I'm being intentional, showing my mindset, right? I'm putting myself out there. I'm showing people that I'm working, right? All of these things, the small details, right? You'll start to notice these people begin to watch you. So you built your list, you found locations, you're following leaders, leaders are following you, right? You're building these relationships with these people. Now you're getting intentional while they're watching you pre-launch your business. You're posting on Instagram, right? You're building excitement. You're showing them consistency. You're showing them, right, growth. You're providing them value. Now, guess what? You've built credibility for yourself with these people, right? Type of one in the chat box, right? If this is making sense, right? Now, the reason why you guys want to do this very quickly is for a reason, right? Success loves speed, right? Success loves speed. So can we agree, if you have 30 new people in your business, 20 new people in your business, there's a lot of excitement going on. There's a lot of urgency going on, right? There's a lot of people getting results at the same time. Can we all agree that this will create momentum? Type of one in the chat box if you feel like urgency, excitement, results will create momentum. Now, guys, you know what momentum creates? Momentum creates flow. So now the thing is, you forget you're even in the 90-day blitz. You're still showing up. You're still doing the things that you're supposed to do. You're still doing the requirements of this 90-day blitz. But now you're in flow, right? Now you've created this pipeline of people who are getting interested at the same time. Now these people are enrolling at the same time or around the same time. You guys are creating momentum in your business. Now you're in flow. Now you're experiencing even more momentum. And you know what this is doing, guys, is when everybody's excited, when everybody's having momentum, simultaneously create synchronicity, right? People get excited in unison. And that's where you start to see exponential increases in your team, right? That's when you start seeing exponential increases in your income. See, guys, whenever I went on massive spurts of blitzing and prospecting and 90-day runs, that's when I found the Matthew Cruzes and Leanne Denosas. That's when I found the Malachi J. Turners in the business, right? When he's in his 90 days, right? That's where he's attracting his leaders. Every single leader on this call, every single leader in this industry, like Cruiser said, can backtrack. What were they doing when they had the most growth in their organization? And you can directly correlate it to the amount of personal sales volume they had in the back office. Because if momentum is going to be created, it's not going to be created with your group. It's going to be created because of you, right? You're the most qualified to bring in the next highest qualified person to really take this business to the next level. You're the most developed person in your business to bring in the next person to develop that person in the business to replace you, right? So guys, success loves speed. And that's why urgency, conviction, right? Really compounding this at the same time will lead into massive momentum. Now, I'm not going to go over some of the different preparations that you guys want to go to, right? But what I'm going to do is we're going to write this out, right? 30, 30, 30. And I'm out of here, right? 30, 30, 30. Now, for the first 30 days, right? You are doing what I just said. You're planting seeds, right? You're planting seeds and you're building relationships. Right? You're planting seeds and building relationships. You're creating a new active candidate list. The second 30 days, you are now going to be doing a lot of following up, right? You're going to be doing a lot of following up and tap rooting, right? You're going to be doing a lot of tap rooting. Why? Because you just enroll all these people yourself. Now what you want to do to create momentum and dig the fire even deeper is you want to go and work with this new group of people and help them achieve success by taprooting. This is how you keep momentum. This is how you keep excitement, right? Now that last 30 days, which my boy Malachi is going to be able to talk about a little bit later, right? And Leanne's going to talk about taprooting and following up and making sure people are getting plugged in correctly. That's the second 30 days. Now the last 30 days, right, is developing these people. Right? What is the point of building all this momentum, putting in all this work, right? For people to come in the back office and go right back out the back office, right? Why are people going out of the back office? Is because people are not developed, right? You guys, your organization will always retrace back down to the levels of leaders that are inside of your business, right? So if you want to sustain momentum and you want to keep momentum going, right? Because the thing is, we're in a 90-day sprint, but when you bring somebody new in the business, they don't know you're in a 90-day sprint, right? They don't know what seasons that are happening in the business. They don't know what momentum season is. They don't know what a slow season is. They don't understand these things. So if you do this correctly and you develop your people correctly, and these new people that you're bringing in the business, you're not only able to sustain the business and momentum, but you're able to keep the momentum flowing, right? That's actually one of my prospects calling me right now, right? He's from another company. All right. And last but not least, right? Last but not least, like we said, make a decision, family, right? Make a decision. Make a decision and learn the skills. Learn the skills. It's the only thing you need to learn how to do correctly to be successful in this business. PS3, peak share three-way call. Learn the basics and make a decision to stay within this 90-day blitz. Show up every day, be consistent, and put in the work every single day, family. And your family will no longer have to go through these 90-day spurts of time, right? And then see you not creating a result, right? I'm gonna get off after I say this. Too often, our family, like Cruiser said, they lose belief in us because we don't believe in ourselves enough to show up and take action every day. We don't believe that this 90-day blitz, this prospecting is gonna work for us. So then we're telling our family all of these things. We're getting their expectations extremely high. And then we're not even showing up to make sure that the result shows up, right, guys? And so, you know, what I want to go ahead and do real quick, right, and to be able to move this call along, right, is to bring up the very next speaker that's going to show you guys, right, what, after you're bringing in all these people, after you've prepared, right, what do you do? How do you make sure that they're getting successfully launched and plugged in and having success, right, so that they can make a decision to go out here and duplicate? Right? We really couldn't bring up anybody other, right, than Miss Leanne Donoso. And real quick before I bring her up, guys, I want you to understand, right, that Leanne is somebody that, you know, is a pinnacle leader. You know, she is truly somebody that I just have a lot of respect for. She's somebody that can do a lot of things that I can't necessarily do as great as her. And so, you know, with that being said, guys, I want you to really be taking notes. Right? A successful leader is not just successful because of the results that they can create for themselves, but this is somebody that I've seen create time and time and time and time and time after again, right? New leaders opening up new markets, new ranks getting hit, new success stories being created, right? Because she's mastered something called the launch. And that's something I'm gonna be having her go over. So Leanne, you know, I love and I appreciate you. A lot of this organization, a lot of the ladies here in this organization wouldn't be here if it wasn't for your vision. And so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pass the call over to you. And I'm gonna get my notepads ready and start taking some notes. Let's get it.
Thank you, Q. Can you hear me okay? We good? All right, awesome. Happy Thursday? Yeah, happy Thursday, everybody. I'm super excited to be on this call. Aw, Simone, inspirational queen. You guys are so sweet. I love my Life by Design ladies. Honestly, I'm looking through the call and I'm like, damn, there are a lot of women on this call. I'm gonna just be real. So I'm really excited for this 90-day run. I definitely have to give it back to Cruiser and Kiani for, doing their part and explaining how this process is gonna work. Cruiser really went over, the importance of preparation, how to prepare, something that I've been telling a lot of people, you guys. And I don't know if I made this quote up or if I heard it somewhere, you be making up quotes in your dreams and they just come to you the next day, So, but I feel like this is a really good way to put it, is that if you don't prepare for your tomorrow today, tomorrow will be today and it'll be too late. If you don't prepare for your tomorrow today, then tomorrow it will be today and it'll be too late. And so the same goes for, this 90-day run is like, if you don't prepare now, the 90-day run is going to start and it's going to be too late. You're not going to have been prepared. So the fact that Cruiser went over preparation is really, 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 really key. And then Kiani went over taking action, which is super important because you can't take action if you don't prepare. And, you can't just sign people up and then without them having like a process, right? So my job here today is to go over what the second 30 days. So Kiani went over what the 30 days is going to look like, which is recruiting. The second 30 days is the launching. And then the third 30 days is the personal development. Okay. So during the second 30 days, we're going to be focusing on launching. And I've noticed this has happened is a lot of people, you guys, there's people on this call who have so much potential and you're not recruiting because you are not confident in your ability to help someone have success. Like that's the only reason that's really holding you back. It's like, you don't want to sign someone up because you don't know if you can help them get success. And so what we need to do is over the next 30 days, everybody here needs to get educated on the process for setting someone up the best way to make sure they have success. Now, granted, Kiani went over the numbers. You can set someone up the best as possible. If they don't work, they're not going to get results. That's not on you, okay? The people who you send a link to hop on this call tonight and they didn't show up, that's on them. That's not on you, okay? So my job is to help you guys do your job, which is help people get set up for success. So you know, I know a lot of you on the call really have not been trying. And so I want this preparation to really give you the confidence so that when the 90-day run hits, you start trying and you go all in, no hesitation, no fear. You just take all out massive action. Okay. So the launch is very, very simple, you guys. And I'm going to do an overview because there are some teams who have a little bit different versions of the launch. Now you come to me and you want my launch, I'll give it to you fair and square. It's super simple. We got the launch doc, the website, that's pretty much it, okay? But within the launch, if you guys are taking notes, there's a few important key steps for every launch, no matter what team you're on. Number one is getting people set up with the correct apps. Number two is getting people set up in the correct chats. Number three is helping someone go through and figure out how to go through the academy. Do they know how to go through IM.Center? I could end right then and there. If you show someone how to use IM.Center and they are resourceful, they can become a six-figure earner here. I'm so sick of the excuses. Like, my mentor didn't help me, my mentor, blah, blah, blah. Like, you have access to IM.Center. That's it. That's all you need to see success here with trading, okay? So make sure that that's number three. The number four is go live. Make sure that you are helping them get on the session that's right for them, whether that fits in their schedule, or you know, whether it's like an educator that they're really interested in, or figuring out the system that works best for them. Number five is the use of the services. If you have HFX, do you know how to use, you know, HFX swipes? If you have DCX, do you know how to use Swipecoin? If you have FRX, do you know how to use Steady? If you know how to use a service for each of the academies, then you've set them up for success. And then lastly is the Life by Design system. The Life by Design system is foolproof. And what is the system, you guys? All it means is our 2 calls and our 2 op calls and our 2 training calls every single day. There's not a single other team, from what I'm aware of, which I'm pretty aware, okay? There's not a single other team in the academy that has that on a consistent basis with an with a trainer who is qualified, okay? Because I see people who do calls every single day, but you're not learning from a P5, a Chairman 10, Chairman 50, Chairman 100, like you're not, okay? And so this system is absolutely incredible. The second step to the launch is the actual, okay, so there's first is the trading startup, and then the second is what we call the launch, which is where you're actually helping people go through and hit ranks. And to this, there's only 4 steps that are necessary, okay? Actually 5. The why, number 1 is the why, figuring out their why. Number 2 is helping them set their goals. Number 3 is helping them create a list. Number 4 is helping them invite. Do you know how to help someone invite? And number 5 is having them throw a home event or a Zoom event. That's it, okay? And they are going to get set up for success and hit P150, and then you help their team do that, and they go P600, okay? So I also want to mention this, I'm pretty much done, but you know, ask yourself the question, what do you wish would have happened in your launch that never happened? What do you wish would have happened in your launch that never happened? And start implementing that. So many people spend their time blaming the person who sponsored them, blaming the person who mentored them, blaming the person who closed them, I don't even know, versus focusing on how they can improve the experience for their new customers. Like if you took all that anger and like, what is it? Is animosity the word? I don't know if that's the right word. Towards your mentors, then you'd be able to put all of that into the brand new customer and make sure they're set up for success. Okay. Now, before I hop off, I do want to remind you guys that this 90-day run should not be easy. I used to listen to this audio every single day. If you want to look it up, I literally cry when I listen to it. It's called We're Running Out of Time. It's on YouTube. It's like 25, 30 minutes, maybe 29 minutes or something like that. Okay. And it talks about how it says in the line, this will be the hardest thing you ever do. This will be the hardest thing you ever do. And if you can just get that through your head, when trials come, when difficulty comes, what happens is rather than your brain being scared and running away from it, you will see that as a flashing green light that's telling you you're on the right track. If you are, I literally have it written down, is that it's supposed to be uncomfortable. You're supposed to feel drained. You're supposed to feel uncomfortable. It is not supposed to feel good. When you go to the gym, right, and you're trying to grow your muscles and have more muscles, right here, we're going more money. We want more money, okay? But if you're trying to grow more muscles at the gym, you are literally having to tear your muscles so that they build on each other. You get sore, you get pain before your muscle actually grows. So why here, when things get difficult, when it gets hard, when it gets painful, we think that we're doing something wrong. We're not doing anything wrong. You're doing it right. Okay? You're doing it right. Just remember that when you're on this path, okay? If you think that if it feels like it's being doable, you're not doing it right. Okay? It's supposed to be difficult. It's supposed to be hard. It's supposed to be overwhelming. Just remind yourself of that. So I'm going to pass it off to the next speaker, and he is going to go over the last 30 days of this 90-day run, and make sure that you're set up for success, right? Because we went over the skill sets. These are the skill sets that you need, but you need the right mindset, and there's no other person that can go over mindset than him, who's going to just set you on fire, okay? He lights up stages. He lights up cities, okay? So when he speaks, take note and then feel it so that you want to take action. So without further ado, Malachi, are you on the call, Mr. Chairman 10?
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Miss Leanne. Y'all drop a C25 in the chat box for Miss Leanne does know so, right? Y'all drop a C25 in the chat box. Y'all drop a C25 in the chat box. Light it up, light it up, light it up. Y'all excuse my background. I am in a coffee shop getting ready to run up an event in Sacramento, California. But I'll tell you what, man, I'm excited. I really, really am excited. And I want to ask you guys, who's excited in the chat box? Who's ready for momentum? Type momentum in all caps in the chat box. Who's ready for momentum? Type momentum in all caps in the chat box. I have literally no time, but that's fine, because those of y'all that know my style know it is effective, not eternal. I don't need but 3 minutes, okay? I'm going to get into leadership development. Now, leadership development with no time wasted whatsoever, in my opinion, is going to be one of the skill sets of the most successful people in this industry. Okay, the ability to develop leadership within oneself and also one's team, I believe, is truly one of the most. It's one of those things that if you're a top earner, you know how to do this. And so, getting into it, it's not just a sign up game. Okay, if you register, right? If you heard what it is that I just said, top of 777 in the chat box, it is not just a sign up game. I think many people in this business, we think that all we're supposed to do is sign people up, right? We hear the 90-day run, the 90-day blitz. Okay, cool. Recruit 20 in 30 days. And we think the job is done, right? How many guys ever recruited some people into this business and it just didn't go the way you thought it was going to go? How many guys put some people in this business and you thought 3 was going to get 3 who got 3 and you was going to be platinum 2000 and it didn't exactly go like that? Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, it is not just a sign up game. Number one, developing the leader within you. Okay. Developing the leader within you. This is incredibly important, because before we can develop other leaders, we must develop first the leader within ourselves. Okay. So what does it mean to develop the leader within you? Well, The top 5 characteristics of a leader, ladies and gentlemen, are going to be character. Okay. How many guys seen somebody in this business and they were a leader, right? They produced income. They were an earner. They had rank, but maybe they didn't have the best character. Have you seen it? Yes or yes? Type the answer in the chat box. Have you seen it? Yes or yes? Somebody who's earning income, somebody with a rank, but they don't have the best character. Ladies and gentlemen, how many guys ever seen a leader? Maybe they were an earner, maybe they held rank, but they didn't have the best integrity. Okay, some of the things that they were doing behind the scenes, you said, when I become a leader, that's not the kind of leader that I want to become. Ladies and gentlemen, a positive mental attitude. Okay, you can create income in this business, but guess what? You will not keep it, and you will not be a leader if you cannot keep a positive mental attitude. How many guys ever experienced some challenges in this business? Type a 777, light the chat box up. This business is filled with challenges every single day, every single week, every month, every season will bring new challenges. Okay, it doesn't matter who you are unless you have developed a positive mental attitude. Okay, throughout all seasons. I see some people have it in one season. Well, guess what? Who's excited and momentum? Everybody. Who's disciplined and consistent in momentum? Everybody. Who's fired up? Okay, you feel like you could charge through hell with a squirt gun. Okay, in momentum. Right? But in the down season, when the chips are down, can you maintain that positive mental attitude? A work ethic, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to show you what it is to actually have work ethic. I like how the leaders so far, Cruiser kind of already got into it. He told you, says, listen, there's 3 different levels of commitment. Okay, we're going to break that down with specificity, exactly what that looks like. Right? I wonder, some of you guys ever wondered, what does it look like to really work hard on this business? Am I working hard enough? What is the work? Okay, we're going to go over that in this 90-day run. A pleasing personality. This is a good one. How many guys ever seen a leader? They produce income. Okay, they had a rank. Oh, but they're just not pleasing to be around. Right? They might be a leader. Okay, they might be your it's not your upline, right? It's somebody else's upline. Okay, they just don't have the most pleasing personality. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to break these things down because they are the top 5 characteristics of a leader. But see, ladies and gentlemen, we wouldn't stop there. Okay, we wouldn't stop there. I want to first, before I move on, say this. It doesn't matter who you are. Guys, we have lightning fast stories of people who hit ranks. We have, all sorts of success stories across the company in other industries, other companies within this industry. But one thing I know for certain is if you don't have these 5 characteristics, guess what? Okay, you're not really a strong leader. You might be a weak leader, if a leader at that, but you must develop the characteristics of a leader. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, how about developing the leaders around you? Anybody want to develop the leaders around you? Anybody want a business that duplicates? Right? How many guys ever had a business and, you felt like, wait a minute, I don't own the business owns me. Okay. How many guys ever had a business and because, of how unreliable everybody was in an organization, you felt like you were slave to the organization. You felt imprisoned within your own organization. Okay, this is for those of you who have actually had people in your business. If not, the vast majority, I know many of you guys are, just getting your feet, just getting off the ground. Okay, maybe you don't know yet, but guess what? We're going to get you ready. We're going to condense years. I don't even know what the collective experiences of the leaders on this call, but I'm talking about probably decades combined of experience. We're going to give you what you need to know as it relates to duplication. Okay, true leverage is 1% of 100 people's efforts, not 100% of your own. We're going to show you how to have time freedom and money freedom in the same sentence. Okay. Real influence. We're going to teach you what it means. All leadership is. I didn't say this. John C. Maxwell says all leadership is influence. How many guys ever had a business and you realize that, there's different things that kind of control influence? Again, if you've never been there before, you wouldn't know, but my leaders on the call know there's different things that drive influence. How many guys ever wanted to get somebody in your team to do something? How many guys wanted to move your organization? Guess what? You need influence to do that. We're going to talk about how you get that influence, building a strong culture and community. How many guys ever seen somebody's organization say, wow, they have just the best culture? Wow. Every single morning, every single call, their team seems to be showing up. Their team seems to have a great camaraderie about it. Duplicating a trading strategy. How many guys want a team that is all in unison as it relates to profiting in these markets? And how many guys want to learn how to actually develop leaders that are actually hybrids? What that mean? That means they trade and they build. Okay, right? How many guys want to know how to actually create that? And last but not least, how many guys want a business where your leaders are showing up on social media? How many guys ever seen a leader and they ain't got nothing on their social media? Right? They don't show up day after day. There's no sort of value. There's no sort of appeal, right? They don't ever show up. Okay, how many guys want to duplicate leaders in your business that show up on social media? Okay, I mean, in greatness every single day. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's about a couple of minutes more than what it is that I had planned to spend here today. I'm going to go ahead and shoot it back to the man with the plan, somebody who I have the utmost respect for. You know, I can't even begin to tell you. You know, you can just tell when somebody's certified. You can just tell when somebody's valid. When you spend any amount of time in this business, you start to really realize when somebody's different. And all the years that I've spent in this profession, this year being my 6th year, I look at this individual and every call that he does, every time I get a chance to hear him speak, every single bit of value that he gives, I say, yeah, he's real. Yet you can't fake that. You had to go to the events. You had to listen to the audios. You had to read the books. You had to have the trials. And ladies and gentlemen, that is none other than Mr. Cruiser, the creator. So I'm going to pass it back to you to go ahead and wrap us up here.
Yo, I don't know about y'all, but I'm fired up. Yo, drop some fire emojis in the chat if you're fired up from this call. Hearing Leanne, hearing Kiani, hearing Malachi, hearing Jess. You guys just got to see the preview to the movie of what's about to take place in this 90-day run. And so we're a little bit over time, but I need 2 minutes of your guys' time to show you guys how to actually get in to the private Facebook group, how to actually apply to get into the group, and what you get from it. I need 2 minutes and then we are done. So I'm actually going to send this link right now. Boom, I just dropped it in the chat box. Save that link. Save this link to your guys' notes. It's going to be important. And let me share my screen really quick. Boom. So number one, the very first thing is an application to get into the private Facebook group to basically, you know, choose your level of commitment, choose what rank you're trying to hit after this 90-day run. And there's about a handful of different questions on there to apply to actually get into the group number one. Now, once you apply, and after getting accepted into the Facebook group, there is, and I'm going to show you guys how to actually, I'm going to give you guys the link to get into this Facebook group here in a second as well. And once you're in the actual Facebook group, what you're going to get, guys, most importantly, is accountability and support. You know what you need when you're brand new? And I'm not talking about new. I'm talking about new. I don't mean like signed up yesterday. I mean like new to going all in, new to taking your business to the next level. You need two things. You need support and accountability. So what we're going to do is every day for 90 days, we're going to do a call from one of the top leaders that you got to hear from one of the top 6-figure earners in Life by Design every day for 90 days. It's going to be live. It's going to be not on Zoom. It's actually going to be a Facebook Live in the group. It's going to be at 9 a.m. Pacific time, 7 a.m. HST, 12 p.m. EST every day for 90 days. And watch it live, please. If you can't, absolutely can't because you have work, that's fine. You can watch the recording, but trust me, you're going to get a lot more value. If you can, watch it live right then and there. And there's a couple of rules. Not going to go over all the rules right now just for time's sake, but on this call every day for 90 days, there's going to be a quick training, not going to be too long. And then there is going to be an assignment. This is a action-based call. This isn't a, hey, let's hop on, hear everybody speak, and then go back to doing what we were doing and not take any action call. This is an action-based call where it might be reach out to 5 people on Instagram. It might be reach out to 5 people in your hot market, reach out to 5 people in your cold market. It might be reach out to 5 people that were in the business that might be interested. It might be something different every single day to help you elevate for 90 days. So you guys get that accountability and you get that support from the top leaders. Also, every day, I would say be super engaged with it, with the call. That's how you're gonna get the most out of it. And then number 3, comment on the assignment. So on the actual post on the live, what we'll do is you'll post a picture of your assignment of the day completed. So it's for that accountability purposes, right? Number 4, 3 strikes. If you're missing out 3 calls within a month's period of time, if you couldn't make it, then just 3 strikes and you're out. This is like baseball, right? So you get 3 strikes for, first month, second month, third month. Just because, like I said, this is like for the people who are super, 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 super serious. And obviously number 5, winner's mindset. You're 90 days away from hitting a new rank, changing your mindset, shifting your life. And so after you guys apply in after you guys, that link I sent you guys, after you guys actually fill out that application, then next is you guys can take a screenshot of this. All you have to do is take a screenshot of this barcode, and then you can hold down on it. And if you hold down on it, it'll allow you to open up the Facebook group and hit join. And then what the admins are going to do is make sure that you actually filled out the application on Google Forms to make sure that you actually filled it out. And then boom, you'll be let into the group. And from there, that's it. Last slide is this. We're going to do every Thursday for the next few weeks. You guys got to see a preview to the movie. We're going to do in-depth trainings on these topics of how to pre-launch, what the first 30 days is going to look like, what the second 30 days is going to look like, and what the last 30 days is going to look like every Thursday for the next 3 weeks. And then the official launch, we're all going to be in person at the convention. And when we're in person at the convention, we're going to either rent a hotel or Airbnb or something where all of us can get together and actually launch this thing together in person at the event of the year, which is I Am Palm Beach. So that is it. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, drop it in the chat box. I want to make sure just in case I miss anything, we're pretty much done. But if you have any questions, go ahead and drop it in the chat box now, just to double check. Perfect. All right, I think we're good to go. I'm going to get you guys this recording and reach out to every single person that was at work that couldn't be on this call for whatever reason. Have them watch the recording and see if they want to participate with you. If not, awesome, right? I'm doing it for myself. You're doing it for yourself. If they want to do it with us, amazing. If not, amazing. But give them the chance. And I'm fired up. I'm excited. I'll see you guys all at Palm Beach. Have an amazing rest of your guys' night, and I will talk to you all soon. Peace.